Hello everyone and welcome to lecture number 8. In the last lecture we have seen the generation of carriers, absorption coefficient and related to that. Now as the generation of carrier is taking place in a semiconductor, as the generation of electron and holes are taking place in a semiconductor, as the photon having energy greater than the band gap energy of a semiconductor will generate an electron hole pair. With this generation of electron hole pair, there is a parallel process. There is a parallel process. There is a parallel process going with respect to generation, that is recombination. That is recombination. What is recombination? Is an electron will generate and photon will generate an electron hole pair. Now this electron will try to recombine with this hole. With this hole it will try to come to its stable energy level. This energy level in the conduction band is highly unstable. So this electron will try to come to its stable energy level in the valence band. In the valence band, this process of combining an electron with hole is nothing but recombination. This process is nothing but recombination. This process is nothing but recombination of carriers. Remember one thing: recombination of carriers. This recombination of carriers will always be there in parallel to the generation of electron hole pairs. This will be in parallel. This will be in parallel to the generation of electron and hole pairs. Now, before going ahead, there are three types of recombinations. But before going to see the recombination and its types, let us see one small topic, that is carrier lifetime. The carrier lifetime is nothing but the amount of time electron spends in the conduction band. The amount of time electron spends in the conduction band after generation and before recombination. Means delta T. Generation, the electron spends the amount of time in the valence band before recombining and after generation, the time it spends in between the generation and recombination is nothing but carrier lifetime. Is nothing but carrier lifetime. Generation is nothing but generation is nothing but the birth time of electron and hole pair, while recombination is nothing but the death time of electron hole pair. The death time of electron hole pair. So the time, the life which it has been spending after generation and before recombination is known as carrier lifetime. Is known as carrier lifetime. Let us see some of the relation of carrier lifetime with the carrier concentration. Lifetime of a charge with its carrier concentration. Now, tau of n is the carrier lifetime of electrons. Carrier lifetime of electrons. Carrier lifetime of electron. Tau of n is given by is equals to delta n by r. Tau of n is given by delta n by r, where delta n is equals to n minus n0, where delta n is equals to n minus n0, n minus n0, where n is the electron concentration in equilibrium condition. That is no light. That is no light condition, and n0 and n0 is the electron concentration and n0 is the electron concentration in non-equilibrium condition. Non-equilibrium condition means light condition, and equilibrium condition means no light condition. No light falling on a semiconductor. No light falling on a semiconductor. Right? Similarly, we will have for tau of P equals to delta P by R. Delta P by R, where R is nothing but R is nothing but rate of recombination. R is nothing but rate of recombination. Okay, so this is all about the carrier lifetime. Now let us move ahead to see the types of recombination. The types of recombination. So The first type of recombination is band to band recombination. The first type of recombination is band to band recombination. The second one is trap assisted recombination. Trap assisted recombination. Trap assisted recombination. And the third one is Auger recombination. The third one is Auger recombination. Now let us see all this recombination in detail. As we know that when light falls on a semiconductor, it will generate an electron hole pair. It will generate an electron hole pair. Now, this is a simple process of generation of electron hole pair. Now, this electron will spend some time, will spend the total lifetime of it, and it will recombine again to the valence band hole. It will recombine again to the valence band hole. This simple process of recombination is known as band to band recombination. This simple process of recombination is nothing but band to band recombination. This is nothing but band to band recombination. Now, let us see the second one. Trap assisted recombination means if a semiconductor is having some trap energy levels, some of the trap energy levels. Now, what are these trap energy levels? These energy levels are nothing but it is the presence of an impurity. The trap energy levels are present in the semiconductor due to some of the impurities. These are trap energy levels. They are present due to this trap energy levels are present in a semiconductor energy barrier due to the presence of material impurities. Now, you can see the picture. Instead of going directly to valence band, this electron is having another energy level to move down over here. So this electron will get another energy level in between the conduction band and valence band to move down to that energy level. This transition of an energy level will be much more easier. This will be much more easier as compared to jump from conduction band to valence band directly. The electron will have much easier path to go undergo this transition from conduction band H to this trap energy levels, and from this trap energy levels, again it will go another transition. Again it will go another transition in the valence band. Again it will go another transition in the valence band. So it will have a two-step transition process. It will have two-step transition process from the edge of the conduction band to the trap energy level, from the edge of the conduction band to trap energy level, from the trap energy level to valence band, from the trap energy level to valence band. Now these are the most dangerous kind of recombinations in solar cell, because as we know that for solar cell the semiconductor has to be highly pure. The semiconductor has to be highly pure. This trap energy levels can generate a recombination centers in a solar cell and can reduce the efficiency. Will reduce efficiency. This will reduce the efficiency of a solar cell. This will reduce the efficiency of a solar cell. Now the third one is Auger recombination. This recombination has one criteria. It happens only when you have carrier concentration greater than this value. When you have carrier concentration greater than 10⁻17 per meter cube. So what happens in a Auger recombination is due to higher value of carrier concentration, electron hole pair will be generated, and this electron will be going to the higher energy in the conduction band. Due to higher value of carrier concentration greater than 10⁻17, this electron hole pair generated will go to the higher energy in the conduction band. Over there, it will go number of scattering. Over there, it will go number of scattering with another electron, generating an electron hole pair and recombining. Another over here, it will go scattering to another electron and hole generation and recombination. After successful scattering, it will come to the conduction band edge and will recombine the whole. This is a specific kind of recombination where it will only take place if you have a semiconductor having carrier concentration greater than this value. So these are the three major and important recombination processes taking place in a solar cell. Now there is one more recombination which is being not given so importance. That is the surface recombination. We will only just see some of the basic things about surface recombination, that why surface recombination is happening. If you have a semiconductor, now on the surface of the semiconductor, there will be some mismatch of an atoms. Because inside a semiconductor, all atoms will form a bond in such a way. They will form a bond in such a way so that there will not be any empty bond inside the material. While that will not be the case on the surface. On the surface, it will have one empty space. It will have an empty space where the atoms will not be having a bonds. Now, this situation, this dangling unsatisfied bonds will give rise to recombination. This will give rise to recombination, which is known as surface recombination. In order to avoid this kind of recombination, normally passivation is being done. The surface passivation is being done. Surface passivation is being used in order to avoid the surface recombination. This surface passivation, the word itself suggests that it will make the surface of a semiconductor passive. It will make deactive. It will be covered on this bond. It will be covered at the surface of this atom, and it will make it deactive, so that it will not absorb the electron. Right? So this is all about the surface recombination. So over here we are completing the three types of recombination and this small topic of surface recombination for this lecture. Okay, thank you.